What's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Now, a lot of you might be wondering what is this on the screen, and I will explain it to you guys. But basically, last season we did previews for Real Madrid matches. I started, my first preview was against Barcelona 4 months ago. It's already been 4 months, and then I did a couple. I did the Villarreal, I did Chelsea, I did Cadiz, I did Chelsea, I did Celta Vigo, Girona, Almeria, Real Sociedad, Osasuna, Man City, Getafe, Man City, Valencia, Rayo, and Athletic Club Bilbao. So we did previews, and even the season before I did quite a few previews. I mean, I can go back to about 1 year ago and have a look. Let me just scroll all the way back to 1 year ago. So yeah, let me have a look. So we had that AC Milan pre-season game 2 seasons ago. We had I did that Alaves, Levante, Real Betis, Celta Vigo, Inter, Valencia, and then Villarreal, Sheriff, Barcelona, Osasuna, and I think I stopped there. So if you can tell, for 2 seasons ago I did for the start, and then I stopped, and then last season I didn't do at the start, and then I started late on. Now I'm not going to be confident and say I'm definitely going to do every single preview for every single game of this season, but I want to try to do as much as I possibly can. Now you might be wondering, like, the thing that you're doing on the screen is so weird. Like, I don't see other people doing it. I've been trying to be a bit creative. Now, usually I just go online, I go lineup creator, and then you go there, just click, and then you can put player faces. But I thought, why not just design it, right? Which is why you see the players like Bellingham, Fran Garcia, Jose Lu still in their respective last season club kits. But I feel like this could be something cool. But of course, throughout the course of the season, we'll definitely not just keep the same template. I want to try things out. But for a start, for the first preview of the season, of the year, not of the calendar year, but like of the season year, I kind of want to try something out. So of course I want to, of course when I'm done recording, I'll look at how it looks, and then maybe I might try something out. But for the first preview, at least, this is what we have laid out. For this game, I'm just gonna say, look, preseason is a huge factor that you can't really decide what the score is because it's not serious. So any players can get game time. So players like Nico Paz, Arda Güler, Brahim Diaz, Fran Garcia, Bellingham, the new signings, you don't know who's gonna play what game. So it's all about testing and fitting in the right players. So the lineup for preseason, take it with a pinch of salt because everyone will get a chance. Whether that's players like Toni Kroos and Luka Modric getting 45 minutes, and then players like Jude Bellingham and Camavinga and Tchouaméni and Valverde getting 45 minutes. It doesn't mean that this lineup means that, oh, Camavinga isn't there, so he's not going to play. That it doesn't mean that. Preseason is all about testing different type of player and formations. So just almost like take it with a pinch of salt. Don't be too bothered about it, and let's begin. So again, like I said, I clarified, the lineup isn't the most important thing. It's about talking about the course of the game. So before I get into the lineup, let's talk about the opposition. It's going to be AC Milan. I think they've actually had a very good transfer window so far. They've brought in a few players. If I can remember at the top of my head, it's Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic, and I feel like I'm missing a few others. I mean, recently they've been linked with a right winger, Chukwueze, and it seems like they've completed the signing of Okafor at the time of recording. But let's see what happens. I mean, I can see where Milan are going as a project for the future. Of course, we've got Brahim Diaz back, so it'll be interesting to see if he starts and if he comes on, what he can produce and what he can do. But I mean, what is interesting here is Milan's squad at the moment hasn't really changed much. Like Tonali's left, they've brought off the Shik and Pulisic, maybe a few others. I'm definitely missing someone. The overall squad is still pretty similar to what they had last season, so there's not much to talk about in terms of AC Milan's squad changes. But this is a great game because Milan have like 7 UCLs, don't they, as well? So they are they not like the second most UCLs behind Real Madrid? Like, two historic clubs going at each other here. Again, like I said, it's a preseason game, so it doesn't really matter. But if we talk about the game that we played them 2 years back, if we want to talk about that, right? We won. What we didn't win. We drew, didn't we? We drew 0-0 with them, like the last time we played. So just remember that when we get into the predictions later on. But we drew 0-0 with them. That was the last time we played them, and we haven't played them since. So this is gonna be a good game. In fact, I think the 4 preseason games that we have are incredible. I mean, Barcelona, Man United, AC Milan, Manchester United, Barcelona, and Juventus. 4 big, great clubs, for historic clubs. But AC Milan, I think, look out for players like Rafael Leao. I mean, I'm not so sure if he's back, but I think he is. I mean, I haven't really paid attention too much to who's back. But if they have got players like Leao, Hernandez, maybe not playing, but maybe coming on as well, look out for those players. Overall, a preseason game, you can't really take it too seriously. I mean, of course, you have to take it to a level of seriousness where you can't just say, let's not bother. Like, you can't say that. I know, but you can't really predict what's going to happen and who's going to play because we don't know what the fitness issues and who is back for AC Milan, who isn't back. So, I mean, that's the AC Milan side of things. But let's talk about Real Madrid. Now, the formation I'm going to go with is a 4-3-3. Ancelotti talked about this, switching things up. I think he will start with 4-3-3. He will see how the team plays. And then what I think will happen is we'll try to switch to a different formation, maybe a 4-4-2. You'll see you'll see a 4-4-2. You'll see 4 in the midfield. What that means is, I think you could see Camavinga, Tchouaméni, and Valverde and Arda Güler all come on to pack out that midfield 4. And then up top, maybe he keeps Vinicius and Rodrigo. Maybe he brings on like Brahim Diaz. At the back, I think I was gonna say Mendy, but I think with a return of a player like Fran Garcia, you want to almost let him play first to see what it's all about and what he can give. Because I think that Fran Garcia should be a backup option to Ferland Mendy. I've made it kind of clear in the past, and I still stand by it. It doesn't mean that the club wants to sell Mendy. Means, okay, let's just put Fran Garcia in as a starter. Yes, we know what he can offer. Yes, we know his qualities, and yes, we know he's a good player. That's why Real Madrid brought him back. But almost respect Ferland Mendy. Like, it's not as if Ferland Mendy has done nothing for this club. Like, it's not like he's been Eden Hazard or Mariano. Like, he's done important stuff for this club. So give him the respect. But you can play Fran Garcia for the first 45 minutes and then bring Ferland Mendy on. Centre back wise, again, I reckon Alaba will actually play, but I just put Nacho in there because why not? I think Militao will play 45. I think Carvalho will play 45, and I even think Courtois will play 45, and Lunin might come on. But in terms of the squad, the back 5, I think Courtois will play 45. Like I said, I think Andre Lunin will probably come on as he's not going to stay. Carvajal and Vasquez will rotate their right back spots. I don't see Odriozola getting any minutes because I think he'll be sold to Real Sociedad. Militao Nacho, I think it's Militao Alaba. It could be Militao Rudiger. But you know, you got 4 good center backs in there, and Fran Garcia Mendy and left back. So that's kind of it in the defense. Midfield wise, it could be any three. It could be Modric, Bellingham, Kroos. It could also be Valverde, Tchouaméni, Camavinga. It could be these 6 players mix. And I would say look out for Nico Paz, because he's been brought along this tour simply because Dani Ceballos was and is injured. So definitely keep a lookout at a player like Nico Paz, because I'm not saying that he's going to play every minute, but I think he might get a bit of chance to establish himself and show what qualities he might be able to offer. Because as much as we already have so many midfielders, if Nico Paz can show that, you know what, I'm different than Camavinga, I'm different than Bellingham, I'm different than Tchouaméni, because I am maybe a 6, like I'm a proper DM. Maybe he can show something that proves Ancelotti and that proves the people working at Real Madrid, the people who support Real Madrid, the fans, maybe, just maybe. Because there's a reason why it's been brought on. Like, Ancelotti could have just said, look, I just won the 6. Even without Ceballos, I still only won the 6. Kroos, Modric, Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde. Just take these 6. Even Arda Güler is counted as a midfielder. But he chose to take Nico Paz, which is very interesting. So, keep a lookout for that one. Front line, Vini Jr., Rodrigo, Joselu, don't worry, they're not going to play the full match. But I want to see what Joselu can do, because I know, and even myself personally, I'm not a huge fan of relying on Joselu as the only striker and the main striker. I want to see another striker in, but I want to see what Joselu can bring, because we know that he can bang in 15 to 20 goals in the Liga, right? He's not going to be a completely useless player, such as Eden Hazard and Mariano Diaz. So he can definitely bang in goals. But I want to see how he adapts to playing with different quality players. Even Fran Garcia, like, they were playing at mid-table clubs. Like, to make that step up, to play with different kind of players. Like, Joselu was playing with, you know, players from mid-table. Now he's playing with players like Vini Jr. and Rodrigo next to him. Maybe even Arda Güler, maybe even Brahim Diaz. Like, he's playing with different kind of players, so he has to fit in as well. It's not just he's good enough to make that big step, so just throw him in. He needs to make himself suited to how the other players around him plays. It's not all about Joselu. So again, I think he will start. I think you can see Arda Güler start. I think you can easily see Brahim Diaz start. But personally, for me, I think this is gonna be the team, the 11 that starts. Again, everyone I think is gonna be brought off. You know, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Lucas Vazquez, Ferland Mendy, Alaba, Rudiger, Lunin, Brahim Diaz, Arda Güler, all are going to come on. They're all going to get minutes, of course. It's a preseason game. But in terms of who starts, I think this is a perfect 11. Personally, that midfield for me is my dream to watch Kroos, Bellingham, Modric at least play once. Because who knows what's going to happen. But I've been waiting for that midfield trio. Of course, for this game, I want to see these 3 together. Against the other teams, I will definitely, you know, not want the same as the 11. Of course, I'll switch things up as well. So, yeah, this is my lineup for Real Madrid versus AC Milan. The last part, you can't really make predictions. But I'm going to make one. I'm going to say a 2 or draw. I think there will be goals, but I don't think there's going to be much in it that separates the 2 sides. Again, neither side are going to be looking at the scoreline and taking it too, you know, seriously. They're not going to be like, oh, we want to play to win. Like, it's not that. But, of course, you want to win, as always. So, I think both clubs will give it a big go, a huge go. But I think it'll end up in a 2-2 draw. Let me know what your thoughts are, your predictions, and your lineup predictions as well. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe, turn on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.